The suitcase hit the aisle with a crack, and every head in first class snapped up. A flight attendant had just kicked a black woman's luggage, sending documents skittering under seats. "Next time, stay where you belong," the attendant hissed. Phones rose, whispers sharpened. The woman didn't argue. She simply knelt, gathered each page, and made one quiet call 3 minutes later. The captain's radio lit up, security stepped aboard, and the cabin learned the truth. The passenger they tried to humiliate wasn't a nobody. Renee Dalton owned the aviation company that kept Aeronex's air in the sky. The cabin hum felt rehearsed, polite chatter, muted notifications. The soft rhythm of doors sealing. Renee Dalton stepped aboard without ceremony, carrying a compact suitcase and the kind of stillness that makes noise expose itself. No entourage, no introductions. She preferred it that way when she audited airlines in the wild. At the forward galley, the lead attendant glanced up. Alana Briggs wore authority like a habit. "Boarding pass," she said. "Palm out." Renee offered it. Alana scanned, frowned, then pasted on a smile. "First class?" "Yes," a pause. "Of course." The smile didn't reach her eyes. "Keep the aisle clear." Renee moved to her seat and reached for the overhead. She lifted her suitcase, careful and contained. "Stop." Alana's voice cut the air. "Those bins are for premium guests," Renee faced her. "I am one." Murmurs sparked. Across the cabin, a man angled his phone just so, pretending to check messages while framing the scene. Alana stepped closer. "Show me ID again." Renee handed the same pass back. Alana barely glanced before handing it off like something contaminated. "You people always think rules don't apply," she muttered, just loud enough to be heard. Silence bent tight. Someone exhaled. Someone else pressed record. Renee set the suitcase back on the floor. "Is there a policy issue?" she asked calmly. "Or a perception one?" Alana's jaw flicked. "Policy? You're obstructing boarding." Then, with sudden fury, she kicked the suitcase. The sound cracked through first class. The case tumbled, latch snapping, papers fanning across the aisle. A prototype schematic slid under a seat. A contract copy skimmed to the galley threshold. "Gasps," a child whispered. She kicked it. Alana folded her arms. "Savoring the hush, pick up your mess or plane." Renee didn't rise to the bait. She crouched, gathered a stack of pages with deliberate care, and set them into the case. A slim folder lay open to a title block stamped in silver. "Luminar Systems," Alana snorted. "Pretend company?" A voice from row 2. "That's a real one." Alana ignored it. "Security is on the way," she announced to no one and everyone. "We're removing a disruptive passenger." Renee stood. Her voice stayed level. "Call your captain. You don't give me orders. I'm asking you to follow them." Alana reached for the interphone, then thought better of it. "You can leave on your own, or you can be escorted." Renee tapped her phone once. "Elijah," she said softly when the line connected. "Go ahead and file the readiness memo. If Arinx Air wants the Gen 5 navigation renewal, they'll need a different culture at the door." A beat. Yes, the 480 million figure stands. The cabin stilled. The man with the phone lowered it an inch. Eyes wide now, not hiding it. The cockpit curtain parted. The captain stepped out. "Measured and wary, ma'am. I'm Captain Ortega. Is there a problem I can help resolve?" Renee met his gaze. "There's a behavior problem." Easily fixed, Alana rushed in. She blocked boarding, tampered with bins, refused instructions. "Stop," Ortega said, not unkindly. He turned to Renee. "Your name, please." "Renee Dalton," he blinked. "Dalton from Luminar." "Yes." Recognition landed like gravity. Luminar Systems, avionics, navigation suites, compliance software, the quiet skeleton of modern fleets, including Aeronx Air's. Ortega's radio crackled. Ops wanted confirmation. He gave it. His tablet lit with a vendor profile, then with trade covers. Dalton named Industry Person of the Year. Luminar Gen 5 certified ahead of schedule. A slow whisper spread. "That's her." Renee closed her suitcase and clicked the latch. "Here is what will happen," she said, no louder than before. "We will return to the gate. You will remove Ms. Briggs from duty. You will capture witness statements from rows 1 through 4 and save cabin camera buffers for the last 10 minutes. Then you will continue boarding with a different lead." Alana's face drained. "You can't." Renee didn't look at her. "Captain, you have the authority. Use it." Ortega hesitated only long enough to choose the right words. "Ladies and gentlemen, due to a crew issue, we will briefly return to the gate." A scatter of claps quickly stifled. Phones stayed up. Evidence kept breathing. Security arrived when the jet bridge reattached. Alana tried to pivot. She fabricated. A passenger lifted his screen. "Full video," he said. "Start to finish." Another added, "And audio, we heard what you said." Renee didn't watch the removal. She spoke to the remaining attendants instead. "I don't want apologies. I want standards. Everyone who boards your aircraft is a who, not a what." If you can't hold that line, don't hold this aisle. Ortega approached, contrite. Miss Dalton, we'll accommodate any request. Good, she said. Start with respect. They reboarded a reserve lead, ran checklists, and pushed again. The hush now was different. Charged, alert, almost expectant. When the cabin settled, the intercom chimed. Ortega's voice filled the ceiling, on behalf of Aeronax Air. We apologize for what you witnessed. Our guest, Ms. Dalton of Luminar Systems, reminded us why procedures exist. To protect people, not egos. We'll do better. Renee pressed her head back and let the words pass over. She wasn't interested in applause. She was interested in memory. By landing, the clip had crossed 8 million views. Headlines bloomed. Attendant kicks Black CEO's suitcase. Fired before takeoff. Aeronax announced an immediate investigation and mandatory culture training under a joint program with Luminar. The Dalton standard. Suppliers noticed, competitors too. Later, at a press briefing, a reporter asked, "Why not press charges?" Renee answered without heat. "Because punishment corrects a moment. Standards correct a system. Do you forgive her?" "I don't carry her. I carry the work." Weeks after, Renee boarded another Aeronax flight. Unannounced as always, a junior attendant paused, then said carefully, "Welcome aboard. If there's anything you need or anything we miss, tell me." Renee held her gaze a beat. "That's the culture," she said. "Keep it." Engines rose. The runway blurred. The sky opened, indifferent and beautiful. Arrogance had made a scene. Dignity made a standard. If you believe respect can't be kicked down, stand tall with truth. Like this video, share it everywhere. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what moment hit hardest. Subscribe.